I had asked him, at what point did the league either kind of slap you on the hand and say, shame on you, or did they call or send a memo? Like, was it right after you guys started talking about Blake, or at what point did they kind of say something?
Yeah, I really know what you're talking about.
Okay.
I was in Barcelona, it was 4 o'clock in the morning, and things just kind of...
Glass of sangria.
Yeah, you had a little wine, yeah.
I can't remember much about it.
Gilman calls, and what can you do, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I didn't have your number.
I don't know what happened there.
I asked Neil about the possibility of picking up a late first-rounder or a second-round pick. He said you guys have looked at some of the group workouts at other places, and I just was wondering what your thoughts are on getting another pick in this draft.
You know, there are a lot of players out there that are good players that potentially could be good fits. You know, I think we're always exploring opportunities, and you know, sometimes you like to be a little proactive with it to see if you can get one sooner than later, as opposed to all of a sudden here comes somebody your way that you really like, and you figure how can I make that happen. You know, it's a couple days before the draft, and you know, we'll kind of see. You know, there's some teams out there potentially that would like to, you know, sell a pick because they have multiple picks. They don't want to take it on their payroll,
Right.
or you know, either that or they'll take a European player and stash them.
Right.
Maybe won't go on their cap. So, you know, multiple first-round picks, multiple second-round picks. Those guys are usually candidates to move one.
Is there more or less talk leading up to this draft among executives?
I think there's a lot of talk.
Is it about the same as normal, or?
Yeah, I mean, a little bit less for us this time around because of where we are
Sure.
and you know, basically our stance on the pick. I mean, unless somebody all of a sudden, I haven't talked to anybody about the pick in probably over 2 weeks. Not to say that somebody couldn't come in with a last-minute offer of some kind. But I doubt anything that, you know, would ever happen.
Do people pretty much figure you're not going to surrender it anyway, so it's not even worth asking?
No, I think that basically, as we should, I think we have a high value on it, you know, on the player that we potentially could pick, based on everything about him.
As y'all take feelers or take calls and put out feelers on your big men, what kind of player would you be looking for in return?
You know, right now that's yet to be seen as far as, you know, where we stand with any of that. Obviously, if we were to make any kind of moves with our team, it's going to be about now. You know, I think, you know, for us to be able to win next year. So, you know, clearly that's the direction that you know, we're going. If it changes and we would see something that would help, I mean, it would all come down to now. I mean, whether it be a draft pick or a player or something like that, if we were looking to do anything before the, you know, there's a pre-draft market and there's a post-draft market for what you can do.
In terms of that, what do you need now?
Well, clearly we don't need a front line. So pick your perimeter. You know, I mean, it's perimeter, if, you know, it would be someplace on a perimeter where we thought we could add help.
Potentially, if you take Blake Griffin, how much versatility does that give you in the lineup because of his skill set and different things that he can do?
Well, a guy like Blake Griffin has the ability, I think, in our league, because the league is going smaller at times, where he could play 5 at times. He's a natural power forward, but he also, based on his quickness and athleticism, probably could play some big 3 as well. Mm-hmm. So he has some versatility to his game. The more consistent he gets from the outside with his jump shot, the more he'll be able to play a 3 when needed.